After reviewing my previous video, I decided it'd probably be a good idea to do a supplemental lesson on how to deal with LiDAR point clouds that aren't in a coordinate reference system that uses meters as the base units. So basically a projection that's inappropriate for our use. You won't always have to do this, but I do run into this fairly often with data from Illinois and even parts of Missouri. That's kind of where I'm based. I'm based out of St. Louis, so I'm sure other states are similar. So I'm going to show you an example of what that looks like and then how to deal with it. So we're just going to go to the USGS National Map Downloader, like in the previous episode, and I've already selected select an extent here in Calhoun County. I'd worked on this previously for work, so I knew that these would be an appropriate example of this. And there's some tiles here. I downloaded 4 of them previous to this, just to save time. I am still on hotel Wi-Fi, and it took forever. So basically, I selected these. I clicked the download link on these first 4, and gave us some data we can work with. So we can go ahead and close this out and open CloudCompare and go into my downloads folder, which is just fine for now. So I've selected all 4 point clouds. I'm just going to drag and drop into CloudCompare. Get rid of that. And like before, I don't need any of this extra information. But I do want to keep intensity just for visualization purposes and also classification. So we'll do apply all, yes to all, and we're loading our tiles. So now we've loaded all 4 tiles. This is just like I did in the previous video. And we're going to go up to this line of the console here and just kind of read some of this. And I'm already seeing what I was looking for. This first line, Illinois West feet. So this is telling me this is a state plane, Illinois West in feet. And if we scroll over here, where do we have it? I'm looking for units in feet. Here we go. Units, US survey foot. Okay, that's not meters. Unfortunately, the LiDAR plugin that I prefer to use the most, that I think does the best job of creating a digital elevation model from this, it must be in meters. It uses some parts of the algorithm if I specify 0.5, so a half meter resolution is my target. If my units on my point cloud are in feet, it's going to think that's 0.5 feet, so 6 inches. And you can kind of trick it by entering a resolution that represents that value in meters. Basically, you trick it into thinking that feet are meters with the numbers, but it still doesn't quite work out perfectly. So we're not going to do that because QGIS now has built-in point cloud processing functions, and it's super easy to fix this. So just like before, we're going to select all, edit, merge. Do I want a scalar field? No, don't care. All right, we've now merged all of our tiles into one. Now we want to classify it just like before. And I'm going to run through this a little bit more quickly because this is covered in the previous video and it's exactly the same. So I want, what'd I do? And we're back. There we go. Okay, I just clicked on something. Okay, I want only the points that are classified as 2. Remember we talked about in the previous video, 2 is ground. I only want ground. And we're going to export. So now I have a point cloud that's comprised entirely of ground points. You can see if I toggle this previous one on, we've got all that. Looks like a lot of vegetation points, which makes sense because it's a very wooded area. So I have my cloud selected. That's just ground points. I'm going to save it. Do save. Let's see. Put this layer. We'll put this in a new folder in here just so I don't get it confused. And we'll call this merged classified feet and save. And again, I'm going to choose the optimal resolution. And OK. All right, we've now saved this point cloud. So we can quit CloudCompare and we're going to open QGIS. And we don't even need to work in a project. We don't need to work in a specific project to do this. I'm just going to save the output, and then you can follow along just like in the previous video after the step. So what we want is point cloud data management, I believe, yes. And we want to reproject. So currently, we're going to choose our input layer is this new merged classified feet. We're going to open that. And our target coordinate reference system is, this is still UTM zone 15 north, and that's the one I want to work in. So we'll choose UTM 15 north, and we're going to save it to a file. We're in the same folder, and we'll call this reprojected feet. There, be consistent and save. And we do not need to open this after running the algorithm. So we'll press run. Okay, it has finished. So let's check that folder. We'll see if it's in there. All right, now we have a document that's reprojected feet. So this will be the point cloud that we'll work with just like you would in my previous video. You can basically just pick that up. Right here, we've now reprojected our point cloud into a coordinate reference system that's using meters as a unit, which means we can use Open LiDAR Toolbox to do our processing. So that just kind of tidies it all up. This isn't something I run into all the time, but I do run into it often enough that I thought it was worth addressing, especially for folks that live in Illinois. I think Ohio has this, and Indiana pretty often. Those are the states where I've run into it the most, but I have come across it in Missouri. So it's an important thing to know how to deal with, and it's really easy with the newest version of QGIS. So you can pick back up in my previous video now at this step and follow along.